Hi guys, welcome back to the pig room. For today's video, we're actually going to be doing a cage tour, an official in-depth tour of my cages, how I built them, what sizes they are, and also seeing more of my pigs. In the video before, I actually did a cleaning video and you guys saw my whole process of cleaning my 3-tier cages. Excuse that, my boys are in a little bit of a fight right now, so if you hear any noises. Also, I'm stuffy from a cold that I am just getting over, so excuse my voice. I should be better in a few days. But yeah, we're just going to go through the entire cages. Currently, I have 8 pigs living in here and also my 2 pigs living in here. This is a temporary setup. It has been for the last couple weeks, but we're going to be actually upgrading that, which is actually me moving and getting my own pig room. The pigs are actually going to be having their own room, massive cages. It's going to be a huge upgrade. I've been filming the whole process and actually painting and renovating the room. So it's going to be a super fun video for you guys to watch. And I'm super excited to put it out there. So yes, so that will be coming out in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So yeah, let's just jump right into this. We're going to be starting off with the bottom cage, which is actually my boys' cages. So right here we have my 3 boys. This is Kai, that is Ezra back there, and this is Winston. They're getting in a little bit of a feud right now. This is actually very unlikely for them to do. I don't know why they are. It's usually Kai and Ezra that do that. Winston, he is the most friendly pig. He lets me pet him and stuff. Ezra, on the other hand, will not let me touch him whatsoever. Still working on bonding with him, and it's definitely a slow process. He'll let me do this, but if as soon as I reach my cage in my hand on the cage, he just runs away. And Kai is actually been making a lot of improvements. He's been a lot better with taming, and I can actually pet him now, so he's been opening up to me. This is their cage. It is a 2x4 CNC cage with a 2x2 loft. Now, before anyone comments, I do know that this is the minimum requirement for 2 guinea pigs, and I know that I do have 3 in here. Originally, when I had gotten my 3 boys, they were super small. They were about 6 weeks old, and I knew they were going to outgrow this cage eventually, but I am moving at the end of this month, so they only have to be in here for another 2 or 3 weeks. They're now almost 5 months old, so they are getting a little bit bigger and it's getting a little bit tight in here. And I do know that also boys need a lot more room than girls do, just for dominance issues, but nonetheless, they all get along pretty well for the most part. They kind of just do their own thing, but there really is no serious issues between any of them, and it kind of works out. So I'm actually just gonna open this up right here so you guys can get a better look in the cage. So I just have this one grid that comes off so I can actually access it better. I can interact with them a little bit better. I can clean the cage. My pigs, for some reason, love this ramp so much, they'll actually sleep right where Ezra is. He loves it the most, and they will just kind of curl right into there and have their head propped up. There's something about it that Ezra and Winston loves. They just love having their heads up on something. It's really funny because my dog used to be that way, so there he goes, see? He loves laying there. I don't know what it is, but this also tends to be the heavy pee spot for them, which is why I have this piece of fleece under here, so it just protects it a little bit more. Oh, what's happening? No, don't. That never happens. What were you doing, bud? Don't do that. You're gonna hurt yourself. Be a little daredevil. This is 1.5 yards of fleece from Walmart. Usually this would have ran for almost like $5. It was cheaper back then, but now they raised the prices for some reason, and this cost me maybe like 7 or 8. So yeah, it's not awful. I mean, compared to like if I was using bedding, I would be going through it so much, so it's not that bad. He wants to jump out because he knows my girls are right over there behind me, and he has seen them before. He's actually jumped out of this cage. Long story, but I will explain that later. So he knows that they're over there, and he loves to do this. I let him sometimes. I mean, you know, he's okay with this. I just don't want him to come over because this light's really hot, so I might have to put the grid back on. Come on. Let's go back to the cage, buddy. Come on. He's really friendly, this one, Winston, but he just doesn't like being picked up. He loves being pet and stuff. He loves that, but as soon as I go to pick him up, it's like, it's the end of the world. All right. Give me 1 second and I will get him back in the cage and put the grid back on. All right, he's probably a little bit mad at me. There he goes, see, he wants to get out. Don't even think about it, buddy. So right here we have, I guess you could go right through the bars. I'm actually gonna fix this lighting a little bit more so you guys can see a little bit better. There we go. Right here we have a wooden house. This is actually from AliExpress. It took maybe 3 weeks to get here, was $20. I love it. They love it. They don't use the inside as much, but they love sleeping on top of that. Wow, you guys are so good at demonstrating as soon as I say something. They have a microfiber rug right here. They have a little, I don't know what exactly these are for. They're like fuzzy. It's almost as if like you would put a hot pan on it, but they love these. I forget what they're called. called. I'm totally blanking on the name, but they're super cozy, they're super soft, they love laying on them. And then we have a little fiddlestick tunnel, which I got from Amazon. If you guys are interested in buying anything that you see in the cage, I will have everything linked in the description below. I have this little toy, which I got from, I want to say Walmart, I believe. Yeah, and they've destroyed this. They love this. As you can see, all the wood is super messed up. That's great because I know that they're loving it. They have a little Timothy hay twist, which I got from Petco, and then this huge willow stick bundle. And then moving up, again, my perfect demonstrator, we have the kitchen area. I'm actually going to open this side up so you guys can see a little bit better. I have my 2 KT glass water bottles here, and I actually have one down here. For some reason, they actually don't like the small ones. I had gotten them these ones when they were babies because the mouthpiece is a little bit smaller for them. They tend to just go for the bigger one now because they are getting older. So these are great. I don't have any problems with them. They don't leak. I have heard from a couple of people in time that they will start to leak. So hopefully that doesn't happen. You know, if it does, I will probably just end up getting different water bottles or replacing them, but no problems just yet. I love the little ducks because it's easy to see where the water line is. I actually ended up losing this one. And before you guys ask me why is this piece missing, I had a kind of scary thing happen. I was doing my girl's laundry and I attached the laundry bag to the... Ooh. See, this is what happens when you have boys. This is the dominance going on. I made a mistake and I was doing my girl's laundry and I had the laundry bag hooked up to the top and coming down, and I was putting all the dirty laundry inside of it. And Kai, who is, there he is, he's laying down. He actually sniffed through here and poked his head through and got it stuck. I got some pliers and I, you know, maneuvered it off, and luckily he was fine. He was just a little scared. They don't poke their heads through these bars anymore, not even these ones. They don't even bother with it because they're so big now, so it's not an issue. They don't do that. Look at him. Oh, he loves that thing. So up here we have their food dish. The 3 of them can get food out of it at the same time, but I do know that there's, you know, some butting of heads in there and it just causes some unnecessary, you know, aggression. It's something that I can avoid. I will definitely do anything that I can. So yeah, definitely gonna get 2 food dishes. And then right here we have a litter box, which is actually just a kind of like storage bin that I got from a really cheap store. And it has some So Fresh paper shredded bedding in it, which is awesome, with a puppy pad underneath. I always make sure to cover the puppy pad inside of the litter box so that they have no chance of actually chewing it up. Not that they do anyways, but I do know that there's actually some harmful chemicals within them, so it would be very bad if they got a hold of that. As you guys know, guinea pigs usually poop when they're eating, so this just helps to really confine the mess in this specific area. We also have a hay rack here, which is just a little DIY hay rack from a Scene Secret. I do know that there's a lot of people who are opposed to having their pigs with hay racks because of these bars and getting them stuck, and it's also unnecessary for some people. I do know that guinea pigs love to forage and, you know, rummage through any types of straw and hay and materials, but my boys love it. They will actually jump in here and just hang out and chill and eat their hay. They seem to love it. They don't seem to have any issues, so I'm just gonna keep it as it is. In the new cage though, I will be having 2 hay racks for them to just pick and choose which one they want, and again, cause less aggression and less dominance issues. They also have this chew right here, which they don't seem to have any interest whatsoever in. Here is their cage right here. It is, again, a 2x4. We'll be having an upgrade very soon, and I know you're very excited, Winston. He goes either by Winston or Winnie for short. He has got the most gorgeous eyes. They actually have a green, like, tint to them, especially when they're in the light. He is my most beautiful pig. Hi. He's so friendly. I love him so much. You, on the other hand, mister, are not so friendly, but you will be eventually. Trust me. And then here's my other boy, Kai. Yeah, they're all beauties. They're actually from the same litter as well, so they are all brothers, which maybe explains that right there, as you could see. But nonetheless, they are all amazing piggies, and I love them so much. I was a little worried when I was getting them that they were gonna go a little crazy when I had my females above them. I will say that in the beginning that they were a little crazy because it could smell them right off the bat, but through time they kind of got used to it. I do have my air purifier, which is constantly on, which helps with the smell. I will open up the windows. I will have the AC on, so they definitely do okay with having the girls above them. Don't bite me, mister. That's the cage, and let's move on up to my 2 girls. I just gave everyone some parsley so that they would calm down a little bit more and chill out. So as I mentioned before, these are my 2 pigs. They live in a 2x4 on the, I guess you could say, second second level, second tier. Lennon is, I want to say, about 6 years old. I don't know for sure. She is a rescue from a pet store. Someone had actually brought her in. They previously owned her and they just dropped her off in a cardboard box in the back and did not tell anyone, and the owners found her and she was in really rough shape. She was losing all hair in her back. She had what seemed like an infection on her mouth area. So yeah, it was pretty bad. And as soon as I saw her, I just knew I had to have her and just bring her back to health. And since then, she's been doing so amazing. She's so social. She lets me pet her and she always purrs when I'm petting her and loves laying down. So she's a great girl. I love her so much and she's crazy with her hair. She actually needs a haircut, a little bit of a trim. They get along pretty great. She's obviously the dominant one because she's a lot older. She'll do stuff like that. And Willow obviously knows her place. She doesn't get really in front of her or overstep, but nonetheless, they are great friends and are absolutely perfect for each other. So here they have their 2x4, just a single level. This is the cage requirement size for 2 guinea pigs, but again, I don't believe in providing the absolute minimum. I definitely think if you have the space, increase it and provide as much space as you can. So they will be getting, like every other pig, an upgrade. They have been living in this for a few months and I've had no issues. For this cage though, I do like to do something in particular because it's so small, I guess you could say. It's pretty big. It's not a bad size, but for how big Lennon is and for how much stuff is in here, it needs an upgrade and it definitely needs to be extended a little bit more. The way that I kind of finesse it a little bit is having hideys with 2 entrances, and this really helps in just not causing any problems between the 2 pigs that are living in a small cage. So if one is in there and one decides to go in there too, they're able to actually exit through the other door and the other pig is able to enter through the other door. So this just really helps if one of them's sleeping in there and if someone decides that they want to go in there. Usually it's Lennon that kicks Willow out and she can just go right here. Lennon actually loves to sleep up there. Willow's up there right now, but every single night, it's so funny, as soon as the lights go out, she knows to go up there. That's where she'll sleep for hours on hours. So right here we have a black paw and white paw hammock. It doesn't actually have the hammock piece where they can lay on top of it. It's missing that, but it still acts as another hidey. I just cover it with a piece of cloth right here so they can just be extra cozy and feel extra safe. And then I just hung this little wooden toy that they don't, again, have much interest in. None of my pigs do, but I just still have it there for decoration. Again, they're on fleece. Then they have another one of these squishy mats and this chew toy from, oh, this is from PetSmart. Okay, yeah. That one's from PetSmart that I showed. This one's from PetSmart. I remember I placed an order with a bunch of toys. Yeah, that's from PetSmart. They absolutely devoured it. They love that. Have a massive water bottle back there, similar to this one. And they also have one that's usually right here. That's attached to the grid. They have a willow ball. And then same dealio, we have a litter box right here. I was a little bit worried with these holes and having pee and poops come through them. But for the most part, it actually holds up pretty well. They are a little bit smaller, so that's what kind of keeps everything in. But I think also having a puppy pad and just kind of covering those holes a little bit better helps in keeping everything a little bit cleaner. And then right here we have their food bowl with their Timothy pellets right there. So yeah, that's their cage right there. They get the most amount of light because their window's right there. I do catch Lennon actually just being on top of that house right there and just looking outside. I don't know what she's looking at, but she has a fascination in just looking outside, which is so cute. But yeah, this is their cage right here. I'll give a little bit of an overview. Oh, my sleepy babies. Everyone's tired today. I kind of exhausted them from filming so much and having them run around and veggies and touching them, but nonetheless, everyone's happy, everyone's content, everyone's good. I just need to take a moment and just appreciate Teddy right now. Look how cute she is. She's like a little ploop. And then we have Miss Eris down here. She loves the ladder thing too, being on the ramp and just hanging out on there. Here we have a slightly different setup. Before they had a 2x4 with a 2x2 kitchen, but I actually decided a couple weeks ago to extend it by 3 cubes. I just thought this would provide them with a couple more grids of space, and it does, and she loves hanging up here, so it's perfect for her. I just have this little canopy so that they can just hang out and chill. This is a fleece from Walmart. Super cute pattern, just a little tie-dye moment. I think it's stunning. I'm trying to like get better at buying things that match the fleece. Right now, like this black doesn't go, but it works. I mean, the pigs don't complain, obviously. We have the microfiber rug right here, which is super cozy. I find that it looks really nice in the cage also because it hides all the poops. Then we have another fiddlestick tunnel. These are great because they can act as a tunnel. Like you can put them in the middle and they can have 2 entrances, or you can actually just shove it up on a wall and it just acts as a hidey. I find that my pigs enjoy it that way. Eris right here, she loves going on top of this and just hanging out. Doesn't seem like the most comfortable comfortable, but she seems to love it. Then we have some chew balls. I think this is like a natural wood ball, and this is like a twine ball. Got those from Walmart. Then we have another one of those wood chews that no one has interest in. We also have this wood hut that I got from Amazon, and then we have on top of this a towel and then a baby blanket, which is just fleece. All my pigs love going on top of their houses and just chilling, especially at night, so I just love to make it extra comfortable for them so that they have somewhere to sleep. And then moving up the ramp right here, I just have it lined with a towel and a baby cloth, and then they will get to the second level, which is basically a 2x4 with a missing grid in the middle. And we have this little canopy area, which is super cozy. My pigs love being in the dark and in the shade, so I just put that there to act as another hidey. And the girls have a kitchen area as well, so we have their bowl from Petco with their pellets right in there. I do have these grids here because Eris actually loves to jump up on there, and the cage is a little bit higher. It's actually the highest level. I don't want to risk her falling down. That would not be pretty, so I just have these 2 grids here to protect her, to make sure that she's all good, and she will stay in the cage. So that is pretty much it. That is an overview of the cage. Like I mentioned before, I will be upgrading their cage in the next couple weeks and filming the whole entire process. When I say they're getting an upgrade, like they're getting a massive upgrade, something that I have dreamed for so long. I mean, I didn't imagine I would have 10 pigs, so I definitely want to provide them with the best life possible. So you guys will see the entire process, and I'm so excited to show you. But yeah, that is the cage tour for you guys. I hope you liked it. Feel free to subscribe, like this video, and comment down below. And yeah, thank you for watching.